you've heard of acupuncture, the ancient Chinese meridian energy system which dates back to 1000 BC, then you have some idea about the origins of EFT tapping. Hello, I'm Claire Linley. What you might not know is that there are over 2,000 acupressure points in our bodies, which many cultures still use today to balance out physical and mental disturbances. Now, in 1980, American psychologist Dr. Roger Callahan used these same points to form the basis of EFT. His work was continued by Gary Craig, who devised a universal tapping technique that covered all the meridians at once. This became EFT, or Emotional Freedom Techniques, as we know it today. Through the years, extensive research has been done on tapping, and science has now caught up, and it's validated the huge range of benefits that come from using EFT tapping. I'm going to paraphrase fellow Aussie Dr. Peter Stapleton, who is at the forefront of EFT research. She says, EFT is a true mind-body approach that includes direct interventions on the body and changes brain activity rapidly. It also quickly and permanently shifts outdated emotional learnings. But science aside, what I'd like you to know is that tapping is a simple technique you can use anytime, anywhere. First and foremost, it helps calm our nervous system at really important times, like when we're experiencing stress or overwhelm, fear, anxiety, or depression. It diminishes food cravings, helps with phobias, and provides tangible support during times of physical pain and illness. The reason tapping is so effective is that it works on both the body and the mind. Now let's face it, life can be pretty intense, and whether we know it or not, we experience it on all levels. But when we use tapping as a tool, it doesn't matter whether we're more impacted at a physical level or by what's happening mentally or emotionally, because tapping looks after both. So, enough of the theory, let me show you the main tapping points. So we use our first two fingers to tap, and it doesn't matter whether you do this with your right hand or your left hand, or you use both together. Just tap on the same side of your face as the hand you're using, rather than crossing over. So the first point is the eyebrow point, and we tap just where the hair of our eyebrow begins, close to the bridge of our nose. Now follow that bony structure over your eyebrow around to the next point at the side of your eye. Then again, following the bony structure, move to the third point, which is under the eye. Next we tap under the nose, then in the crease of the chin. Then we move to the collarbone point, which is just below the nobbly points of the collarbone, here in the soft tissue. The next point is under the arm, which is easy for women as it's right on the bra line, and for men you can measure a hand width down from your armpit. And then we move to the top of the head. I'll just show you one other point, which is known as the karate chop point, where you tap on the side of your hand just below your little finger. How we use this point requires a bit more explanation, so I'll do that in another video. Now all of this looks pretty unusual, right? Particularly when you see it for the first time. And it's probably not something we're likely to be doing in public. So when you want to use tapping and be less obvious about it, fortunately there are some corresponding points on our fingers that we can use very subtly. The finger points are located at the side of the nail beds. We can tap on them with the fingers of the other hand. We can tap on them single-handedly. And you can do one hand or both. Or, even easier, we can squeeze the sides of our fingers. So when do we use tapping? Well, we can use it in a few ways. Firstly, we can use it in the moment when we're feeling anxious or upset or something's happening, or we can use it later when we're remembering something that has happened, some kind of memory. Now, in both of these situations, it's useful to focus on the issue or the feeling you want to resolve while you tap. And when you do this, you know you'll be calming your nervous system so that you're reducing the intensity of the feeling and so that you can think more clearly. This is also the way that tapping's used in a therapeutic setting with a professional practitioner who will guide you through an experience or an issue to reduce its impact and help restore calm and clarity. So the third way to use tapping is simply to do it anytime you might remember to. You might be sitting watching television or just sitting quietly when you're not focused on an issue or problem. And this is a bit like doing an energy workout because you're training your nervous system to generally be calmer and more resilient. So now you know a bit more about EFT tapping and how to use it. Now personally, I like to use it because it's something tangible and practical that I can do to help myself. I really hope you give it a try, and if you want to learn more, please reach out.